right, good morning. We'll get started here in just about another 30 seconds. Get some water in you. Get ready for more conversations on discipline. Ask yourself, what would discipline do for me today? Who would I become? What version of me? All right, good morning. So today, I want to have a conversation with you. I want to continue our delve into discipline and into the understanding. For the past 30 years, I've had this, dare I say, obsession with wanting to understand psychology behind what we do and why we do it. And more importantly, why we don't do the things we want, right? That's been a big part of it as a brain trainer and as a mental toughness coach. And someone who spent thousands of hours helping people rewire their inner world, I've come to this truth that I really want you to hear with your full attention. Discipline isn't about willpower. It's about wiring. It really is. You have the thought you want to be strong. You have the thought you want to do the thing. You have the thought you want to create success. And then you don't. Why is that? It's not about willpower. You want it. You say you want it. It's about wiring. And more than that, it's about identity. It's about who you see yourself as when no one is watching. See, discipline is about when no one's watching. It's about the silent choices we make when the world goes quiet. This morning's meditation conversation isn't here to motivate you. It's here to meet you. It's not here to motivate you. It's here to meet you in the exact place where your biology, your beliefs, and your body are either work against you or finally begin working for you. Let me say that again. This conversation, the conversations we have on discipline, are designed to meet you in the exact place in your biology and in your beliefs and your body where either your body is working against you or you finally get it beginning to work for you. So I'm not asking you to do more. I want to ask you to lean in, not with just your ears, with your breath, with your body, and with your nervous system. I want you to lean into this conversation. I'll be doing most of the talking. You'll be having some dialogue with yourself, because I want you to experience more than a visualization. I want you to experience a recalibration. You've got dreams, you've got your goals. Without discipline that's anchored in your cells, not just your calendar. Those dreams are going to wait. They're just going to be on the wall somewhere. They're going to be on a dream board somewhere. Discipline is anchored in your cells. It's really how you become who you are. It's not just on a calendar. So let's take this moment. Let's make this the moment you stop waiting to feel ready and you start becoming the one who simply does the work. Is it okay for that? You make the decision. I'm not going to wait till I feel ready. I'm going to start doing the work. So welcome to the journey. The biology of becoming. Discipline as an identity. Is that okay if we start that? So if you're ready, say, I'm ready. And in your mind, say, I'm ready. I'm ready to rewire. I'm ready to put into my cells, every of my 30 trillion, 40 trillion cells, to wire in discipline. So what we're going to talk about this morning, what we'll explore this morning, so maybe you'll feel these feelings or you'll grasp why this feels that way. We're going to be working on your frontal lobe, your basal ganglia. It's a neurological rewiring of discipline. We're going to talk about a dopamine recalibration. Dopamine is that spike we get from scrolling and feeling good and instantly eating the ice cream, doing the things that give us that temporary feel good. So we're going to see if we can't help recalibrate that. And then a serotonin balance. So this is some neurochemical upgrades. And then we want a somatic awareness. This is where we see where procrastination hides in the body. Wouldn't that be cool? What if you could find where procrastination hides in the body? And then stepping into the archetype of the disciplined one. This is the identity embodiment. So let's go through this inner exploration and see if we can't do an identity installation. Sound okay? All right. So take some breaths, center yourself. We're going to go to our sanctuary, that place where we can rebuild, upgrade, install, uninstall things. Feel yourself get centered. Feel yourself ready to activate, ready to bring discipline into your identity. On the count of 3, we'll enter into our transport and be transported into the hallway of our sanctuary of undevelopment and achievement. 1, 2, 3. And we're in our hallway, feeling better than we've ever felt, ready for this identity install of discipline. Walk over to your chair, that place you sit or relax or lay down, that place where you just absolutely let yourself go to reveal your larger, higher self to you. And as you settle in, remind yourself, this is about upgrading, installing discipline in my body. This isn't about forcing action. Remember that. This is about becoming the kind of person for whom action is the only natural response. Oh, doesn't that feel good? This isn't about forcing action. This is about becoming the kind of person for whom action is the only natural response. Oh, doesn't that feel good? So breathe through your nose slowly. Feel your body soften. Let this not be another thing to do, but a way to return to your best version. So what we're going to do is we're going to help reset your nervous system simply by breathing. Box breathing is to calm the amygdala and signal safety. It means you're in control. The reason the amygdala fires, the reason we have amygdala sensitivity, is because everything is a change, everything is a shift, everything is our reaction, not our response. We're not responding to our thought, we're reacting to an outside stimuli. So breathing, simple box breathing, can help us begin to reset our nervous system. It cues the parasympathetic shift. Your body is safe. Your timeline is yours. Your next action is sacred. When you control your body and you give it a direction and you follow it, you cue your parasympathetic nervous system. You cue a shift in it. And here's how we would translate that into words. Your body is safe. The timeline you're acting on is yours. And if it's your timeline and your body is safe, the next action you do is sacred. Oh, man, feel that power? So I want you to breathe in for 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. And just breathe in again. Count to 4. Let your body relax. You're in control of your breathing. You're in control of your breath. Keep doing the box. 4, 4, 4, 4. And remember, your body is safe. This timeline is yours. This action is sacred. Feel yourself connecting to yourself. Feel your body listening to you. Feel yourself returning to the biggest and best version of you. So take a big breath and exhale, clear your vagus nerve. Now we're going to work on some neurobiological awareness. Listen to this. Your brain isn't broken. It's not weak. It's not slow. Your dopamine just needs direction. Your brain isn't broken. Your dopamine just needs direction. So I want you to visualize the brain's decision center, your prefrontal cortex, that front part of your brain, kind of your whole forehead. I want you to imagine lighting up with clarity. I want you to just imagine your prefrontal cortex, your decision-making center has clarity. What would it mean? What would it mean for your decision center to have clarity? And now imagine little lights popping up where you're clear on actions to be taken. You think of making breakfast. Maybe you have cereal, or maybe you have bacon and eggs, or sausage, or maybe you have toast or a bagel. Clearly think about the steps involved. Get the toast out of the bread wrapper or the bagel, get the cream cheese out of the butter if it's not out. If your butter's not out, you get it out of the fridge. Maybe you toast it. You move over to the toaster, you separate the bagel, you put the 2 slices of toast in. What is the action? See the clarity with the understanding how to do that. Now imagine in your prefrontal cortex the circuitry lighting up with the clarity of the steps. You understand the steps to go from not having something to having something. Now I want you to think of an action you need to take, a strategy you need to do to help build your business. Don't add emotion to it, just the strategy for right now, the prefrontal cortex. I want you to imagine the new habits, the new routines. You may not know where it is. It tells your basal ganglia that you're rerouting old habits. You can just say, my basal ganglia, I am rerouting old habits into new grooves. Rerouting these old habits into new grooves, and these new grooves are you imagining moving into the action steps necessary for this strategy you need to do to begin to improve your success, to have discipline. Imagine a dopamine shifting away from the quick hits, the phone scroll, the sugar, the food, the quick eat. And imagine this dopamine shifting from the quick fix into the future-based rewards. Instead of the short-term fix, the short-term hit, imagine doing this task for however long it takes and seeing the ultimate reward. You reaching a new level on your scale, a new income in your bank account. How would that feel? Which feels better, the bigger bank account or the scroll on the phone? Wire that in. Wire that in. Tell your basal ganglia, I am performing my bigger reward for income, for weight, for my rank. The reason we can hit these short-term, these instant spikes of dopamine is because we haven't told ourselves what it is we really want long-term. What do you really want? This is basal ganglia conversation. What do you want to put new grooves into your brain? Saying, these are the habits I do daily. This is the discipline I have. And then make the decision in your prefrontal cortex with clarity. See the lighting up of the area that says, this decision is made and I will follow through on it. So let's layer in a brain talk, a literal brain talk. I am the designer of my habits. Say that. Say it with kind of an intensity, not a questioning, not a wondering, not a wishing. You're in your sanctuary, in your safe place where you can rewire, create the new identity. I am the designer of my habits. And this is directed directly at the brain. I direct my dopamine. Say it. I direct my dopamine. I wire what I desire. I wire what I desire. Let's put it all together. I am the designer of my habits. I direct my dopamine. I wire what I desire. Say it matter of fact, as if you were saying the absolute truth. I am the designer of my habits. I direct my dopamine. I wire what I desire. Imagine somebody asking you what you did. What do you do? And this is your response. I am the designer of my habits. I direct my dopamine. I wire what I desire. They'd kind of look at you a little goofy, right? Because no one has this level of control. Few will ever express this level of direction. You are now wiring it into your body, into your cells. Say it again. I am the designer of my habits. I direct my dopamine. I wire what I desire. How many of you are feeling a shift in your body? You're feeling the shift in your body that says, I don't need that instant high. I don't need to spend time doing things that are distracting. I am the designer of my habits. I direct my dopamine and I wire what I desire. Take a big breath in. Feel your vagus nerve clear. Give a little release. I am the designer, and smile when you say it this time. I am the designer of my habits. I direct my dopamine. I wire what I desire. Oh, feel that. So let's go find the saboteur. You ready? Let's go find the saboteur. We're going to do a somatic scan to locate the saboteur. So here's the question. You're sitting in your safe place in your sanctuary, and you can ask tough questions like this safely, without any concern, and getting the truthful answers. Where does avoidance live in my body? What does it feel like? Ask that. Scan your body. Where does avoidance live in my body? What does it feel like? Notice any tension in your chest or in your jaw or in your stomach. Maybe in your shoulder blades, your chicken wings. Is it in your hips? Look for tension. It doesn't have to be as if you're getting a tension headache. Just notice any tension. Notice a buildup of energy. Where's resistance to discipline hiding right now? Locate it. Is it in multiple places? Or is it in one particular area? Could it be on your side, in your spine? Maybe it's muscle tension. Look, ask. When you ask your body in your sanctuary, in any place and in any time that you're in, specifically here in this safe place of your sanctuary, where's resistance? Where's tension? Your body must respond. It can't hide from you. You are asking it so that you can grow, you can expand, you can get better, you can keep your promises. It cannot hide from you. So you found it, you got it. Now breathe into that area. Imagine drawing in your next breath through that area. Feel it relaxing. Invite movement, invite cells to move in this tension area. Invite blood flow to move into this tension area. Maybe you can physically move that joint. or that muscle by stretching, moving your neck, slowly rotating your body, moving your legs. Use breath to soften and invite some movement. This is where avoidance was living in your body. You're now aware of it. I want you to reclaim those spaces, that site, that area I want you to reclaim them as sites of creation, not protecting you from doing the thing. Put the energy, put the signals of creation into these tension areas that are no longer tension. You're inviting movement, flexibility, fluid flow. I want you to say this: I move through resistance. I no longer hold it. I move through resistance. I no longer hold it. I don't hold this resistance in my body, this hesitation in my body, this procrastination in my body. I am now literally moving through it. Feel your body stretching and moving through the resistance. You now have this skill to always ask, where is procrastination? You find yourself scrolling. Where is this procrastination awakening at? What part of me? Maybe it's in your thumb. It's in the thing you use to scroll. Maybe it's in your hand that holds the phone, or maybe it's in your finger that moves the mouse on your computer screen. Think about it. Anything that allows you to continue the distraction, maybe it lives there. And like a good neighbor, you didn't know it was there. Become aware of it. If you controlled your thumb, what would you say to your thumb to stop the scrolling? If you controlled your hand that moved the mouse, that allowed you to click page after page after page, what would you say to your hand that was living the procrastination? Kind of interesting, isn't it? I am the designer of my habits. I direct my dopamine. I wire what I desire. So let's go to the archetype. Now we're going to meet the disciplined one that's already inside you. Remember, this isn't about doing. This is about remembering. I want you to embody this identity that's already inside of you, the disciplined one. For now, let's call it that, the disciplined one, this archetype called the disciplined one. Call them forward. Call them forth. Ask them to come present themselves, their energy. What's their energy feel like? What is the tone of this disciplined one's voice? Your disciplined one's voice. What does it sound like? Which ear do you hear it in first? Are they on the left side of your body, the right side? Do you hear it in complete stereo? If you were to lay your hands on this disciplined one, what would they feel like? Are they taller than you, shorter than you, same size? Are their shoulders bigger? Are their arms toned? What do they feel like if you were to rest your hands on this disciplined version of you? I want you to invite yourself to truly meet this disciplined one. This is the one who shows up daily. You have discipline in your life. You want more. You already use discipline. This is the one who finishes what they start. What does it feel like knowing that this energy, this decision-making capability, this wiring of your desire already exists. This is the one who doesn't negotiate with distraction. They carry a calm, focused presence. They show up daily. They finish what they start. They don't negotiate with distraction. And they carry a calm, focused presence. How do they walk? Ask them to walk around there in the sanctuary. How do they breathe? How do they speak? What kind of language do they use? Is it very clear and concise? Is it very eloquent, very loving, caring? This absolute disciplinarian that doesn't make you feel less than, just absolutely confident. Think about this question. What has become effortless for the disciplined one as it relates to your life and your actions and the things you need to do today? What has become effortless for them? Tell them the tasks you're about to do today. Tell them the places where procrastination might want to slip in, and see what their response is. Is their response with an effortlessness to it? That's simple. That's easy. We can do that. Now imagine your other archetypes. How do the others respond to their energy, to this disciplined one's energy? Are they all for it? Are they excited about it? Having the disciplined one's energy available to you? The one who creates and wires what you desire. Feel that. Now here's our self-talk. This is not who I hope to be. This is who I already am. Stepping forward. This is not who I hope to be. This is who I already am. Stepping forward. Feel that. You already are the disciplined one. This energy already exists, has already existed in you. This isn't about forcing or rewiring of doing something that you've got to go do somewhere. This is about remembering. This is about undoing. Feel it. And so now discipline gives you freedom. This is the closing shift. You're not chained by your calendar. You are liberated by your choices. You are not chained by your calendar. You are liberated by your choices. Discipline is not about suppression. Listen to this. It is selective devotion. Oh, wow. It's not about suppressing, not eating the ice cream. I got to stop that. I can't do that anymore. This is about selecting a devotion and going for it. I will choose my healthy. I will choose my wealthy. This is about selective devotion. This isn't about lack of structure. Freedom isn't about lack of structure. It's about mastery within structure. Oh, sneaky. This is about mastery within structure. You have 24 hours. Every day, you are going to master the things you do, the structure within your structure. about your selective devotion. Here's your phrase. Discipline is devotion in motion. I do not want needs to be done, not to prove. I do what needs to be done, not to prove I can, because I am the one who always does. I do what needs to be done, not to prove I can. It's because I am the one who always does. Oh, yes. Discipline isn't suppression. It's about selective devotion. Freedom isn't lack of structure. It's mastery within structure. Discipline is devotion in motion. I do what needs to be done, not to prove I can. It's because I am the one who always does. Yes. As you hear these words, feel your neurons echo them. This is now your default mode. As you hear these words, as you hear these statements that we've just gone through, feel them in your neurons echoing, rewiring, recalibrating, recentering. This is now your default mode. So let's get ready to come back to this place and time. So as you begin to stretch in your sanctuary and awaken as the disciplined one, I wire what I desire, knowing that each of your pillars is activated with this devotion in motion mindset. Begin to walk to your hallway, ready for our transport back to this space, this place and time, as the disciplined one. You didn't need to do it. You already are it. On the count of 3, we'll enter into our transport back to this place and time. 1, 2, 3. We're back in your space, in this place, healthier than we've ever been, more disciplined than we've ever been before, ready for our day, to take control of our day and say, this day is mine. And as you awaken with your eyes, I want you to look for things that are green in your room. Activate that prefrontal cortex, that decision-making, feeling more disciplined, more connected, ready for your day. And good morning, good morning, good morning. Go ahead, stretch a little bit. Maybe if you need to use the restroom, feel your body awaken. YouTube will check in on you later. Love you tons. We'll get started in just a moment.
Wide awake while the world is sound asleep, and too afraid of what might show up while you're dreaming. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe you. And every day you try to pick up all the pieces, all the memories, they somehow never leave you. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe you. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. You keep a cover over every single secret, so afraid if someone saw them they would leave. But somebody sees you. Somebody will never leave. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. For the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? We could start over. We could start over. Oh, for the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? We could start over. We could start over. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through.
All right. Hey, good morning, everybody.
They say about
Good
you.
morning, good morning, good morning. A little chemical calibration. What'd you learn? What'd you like? What'd you feel? Good morning.
Sean. Sean.
Yeah, go ahead, Reg.
Great day, Sean.
Great day, sir.
How you doing today?
Outstanding.
Great to hear. Great to hear. Some powerful stuff you got there, Sean. What I wanted to talk about was, I'm not sure if you remember, but a little while ago, we were doing the archetypes and we were speaking about how I don't have to yell to do my workout. And ever since I've been doing that, it's been a very, very different workout. I don't know how to really describe it, but
The you that's talking doesn't, but the you that feels it knows it's different. And how does the you that feels it's different? How would they describe it?
more clarity, more clear. A lot more comes in.
So why do you think you didn't know what that was 30 seconds ago? You see how your body wanted to avoid expressing that? Because that's huge. More clarity, more's coming in. How could you not know that? The you who is afraid of that didn't want to admit it. It kind of sucks the way our body seems like it wants to protect us from knowing what we know.
That's very interesting because, like, oftentimes, like, whenever I do the meditations, I will have some serious bowel movements. Like you
Sure
said,
you will. Absolutely. And now you get to giggle at it going, is that the best you got? Is that what you think is going to distract me? My mother would say, you got poop for brain. She'd use the other word.
interesting.
Do you see what happens when we begin to take control?
Yes, it's a serious fight. It's a serious fight.
Until it's no longer serious. We make it serious. Oh my gosh, I have this big fight. But as soon as we go, is that the best you got? You get a smile on your face. It's us fighting us. Why would us ever want to fight us?
I don't know.
Because it's an identity. We want to hang on to an identity. We want people to make sure when people see us, we want them to instantly recognize us as the person with huge potential who's not doing a damn thing. Don't people say you have huge potential?
Yes.
Doesn't it piss you off why you're not using it? How many of those people would really hang around you if you activated your potential?
Exactly.
Yeah. So go ahead. I took you off track because I wanted you to know that you already knew what you knew, but you didn't know it. So I've helped you remind yourself to it. So what was your question?
That was my question. You know, that was
Okay.
just that's what I've been taking away lately. It's been helping out a lot. My life has been growing a lot. I like where my life has been heading lately.
Okay.
I like the path that I've been on.
So what happens if you quantum leap it? What happens if you love where it's going and in the last 6 months you're able to do in the next 6 weeks the same advancement? What changes?
Meeting you, I think that would change something.
Going forward in the last 6 months, You're able to take the last 6 months of advancement. You went from 6 months ago to now. You've advanced
Yeah.
quite a bit. Now let's compress it. Instead of 6 months, in the next 6 weeks, you're going to double it.
Ooh, that's a lot.
No, it ain't. Because in the last 6 years, you haven't done what you did in 6 months.
That's true. That's so
Yeah.
true.
So see how you're that old self beats yourself. Ooh, that's a lot. It ain't a lot. You did in 6 months what you haven't been able to do in 6 years.
That's true. That's true.
So it's not even really, you did more in 6 months than 6 years. 6 weeks and 6 months isn't really a big compression. But we're starting to get serious about it. What would really be a big compression is taking all of the last 6 months and doing it in the next 6 days, which that's easy to do too. That's called devotion in motion. You stop doing all of the things you know that you've already done it since I went to go get a coffee. You already were starting to delay and procrastinate because of how fast you're advancing. A part of you is still delaying while you're driving. You were thinking about, okay, well, I need to go here and I need to do that. And okay, I don't need to do this. And I don't even know why I'm doing that. Why am I even where are you going? Do you even really need to go where you're going?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And how many times did you wish you didn't have to go where you're going?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Okay, so that's not devotion in motion. Change it around to saying, I love where I'm going. I am
I
going here.
love
I'm going to get
work.
this done, right? See how we can shift it? How do I know what's going on in your mind? Because I know what a procrastinating mind sounds like. It's early morning. You're probably not going out on a date. You're probably not going somewhere that it's maybe you're going to the airport for a trip. If you're going to the airport to get on a plane to go on vacation, you're like, man, I don't want to have to go through TSA, but I'm ready to go. All right. But this is how we have to shift the way we change the way we look at things. Dyer said it best, change the way you look at things so the things you look at change. Then Waddle said, do things in a certain way. Can you go to this event, this thing that you got to go do, whatever it is? I remember I had to get up at 8 o'clock one morning to go to court because I had contempt of court and I needed to go to cattle call, and it was 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was excited to go because I needed to get it done. And they never called my name. And now I'm in contempt of court, and they didn't call my name, and I'm trying to figure it out, and all long story short, I found somebody who was at lunch and they helped me through the thing. She says, I'll put you with the VOPs. I'm like, what the hell are the VOPs? That in the afternoon, if anybody knows what VOPs are, type it in the chat. Violation of probation. You see that in the movies, right? You know, if you have this, you're in violation of probation. Well, they got to go back in front of the court, in front of the judge. I had to go back in front of the judge she slipped me in front of all of the VOPs. Well, you have this beautiful blonde talking to the judge. I'm dressed in a sport coat and shirt, and VOPs are necessarily in sport coats and shirts. And she turns around and she points to me, and I happen to be sitting all the way in the back, and you could hear every neck crane as it turned to look at who is this gorgeous woman pointing at. And the judge is like, get up here. I didn't want to go there, but I wanted to get it done, and I was excited about getting it done. Well, I met this woman. I had all this conversation. She got me taken care of. If I was a jackrabbit about the whole thing, I might still be in contempt of court 20 years later. My point is, change the way you go do things, and you'll be surprised at the way the things you need to go do serve you instead of you serving it. This thing that you're about to go do, are you to serve it, or is it to serve you?
I'm to serve it.
Okay, make it serve you. What's the lesson? What's the training? What's the awareness? How can this thing that you have to go serve, how can it serve you? How can you become the student, the teacher, and not the student?
Okay.
Teach yourself.
That makes absolute sense, Tom.
See the smile on your face? It's already serving you. What'd you learn? What'd you like?
I learned that when I do change the way that I look at things, I have to ask myself, I have to ask myself, what am I learning from this? That's what I learned. Because I've been changing the way I look at things pretty often now. I've noticed that I've been challenging myself questions. So I'm gonna do that. What did I learn from that perspective? What did I like? I like how you reminded me that I already knew the answer, but my body is still resisting to the awarenesses.
So using the answer that you used from the very beginning, more clarity and more coming into you, just as you're thinking about this thing, as it teaching you and serving you, ask what more is coming in and what clarity am I getting from doing this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you already knew the answer. You didn't even have to ask. I'm glad we had a conversation. I always love chatting with you, though.
Yeah, I love coming in here. You are, I'm excited to see you, Sean. That's all I have to say.
Can't wait.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways, take with yous? What'd you learn? What'd you like? Oh, by the way, yes, Bunny had a Bunny. I knew it. She was too fat. She didn't have that much wool, but I just didn't want to think about it because Gizmo was the the daddy. He broke into we had the girls, the yearlings, in a stall while Gizmo was out doing his work with the mamas, and he broke in underneath. Evidently, he could smell that she was in heat, and he literally went under the fence. He didn't dig under the fence, but the fence, a couple of the brackets broke, and he shoved in under the fence, and seems like a healthy baby though. So all's good. Anyone else? Thoughts, comments, questions, take with yous from this morning's dialogue? Okay. I hope today finds you amazingly well. We have a quite foggy day out here this morning here at the ranch. Can't even see the lake from the back porch. For those of you that have been here, can't even see the lake. Can barely see down to the trees. That's how foggy it is. I haven't looked to see what we can see on our pond, but understand discipline. Understand that you have access to this most amazing version of you that's ever existed. I'm just trying to see if I can't find the words. That's not it. I don't know where the words got off to. So enjoy your day. Realize that this isn't about you having to become more disciplined. This is about to chip away the things that are keeping you from discipline. Imagine when you scroll, who's in charge of that thumb right now? Right? Or if you're clicking on the website, who's in charge of your eyes? Who's in charge of wanting to see that stuff, knowing that it's not the stuff you need to see or want to see or need to do? Who's in charge of that? Who's wanting to look through your eyes at the procrastination? Interesting question. I'm your head brain training. Let's activate our discipline, Misfit. I'll see y'all where?
At the next event.
At the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Rica.
Pura
vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace be with us.
Peace be with us all. And the queen of helping you find your discipline, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss Lee.
And a little white fluffy running around.
Gurgly.
All right, everybody, go have some fun today. I love you with all of the discipline you have accessing and oozing from your cells. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.
Peace, family. Love you all. I love y'all. I love it here, man.